Well, I am very excited about today's video. We are going to branch off right into the topic of relationships today, and I thought there was no better way to kick off the topic than by me inviting one of my favorite couples to just kind of come answer some questions from me. And I figured that by them doing that, you can get to know them, because I plan on featuring them quite a bit on my channel, and that you'll also learn from their life experiences, and that they can give you some advice, whether you are single, in a relationship, whatever your situation may be. I feel like something that they say in this video today will speak to you, and you'll be able to apply it at some point in your life. So without further ado, let's move forward. They've been friends of mine for a very long time. I've known Gloria about half my life, if not more, and I've known Marvin for years. So I've really watched them grow and adapt and just evolve over the years. I've seen them overcome so many obstacles and just stay close, and they've grown individually, and it just really shows, and I really trust them, look up to them, and they're inspiring. So I hope that you guys get those same vibes, you really learn a lot today, and that you just enjoy watching. So let's get right into it. Let's learn about some relationship stuff today.
Hey guys, Gloria here and Marvin, and today we're going to be answering some questions that Renee has for us and speak a little bit about relationships.
Yes, so first question is, where did you meet? And I'd also like to know how you became engaged.
So we actually met a few years back in 2011, and we actually met through Facebook. So it was so funny the way it happened. Marvin requested me, and about 2 months prior to when he requested me, he seen me at the mall, and he realized when he requested me that I was the girl that he seen at the mall that he thought was gorgeous. But so back in 2011, and we just I think he messaged me, and we just started talking, and we just became really good friends for a whole year. Before we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we were really good friends actually before anything. So
yeah, definitely. And after 3 years, not even off with my numbers there, what was it, almost 2 years later, I just decided to ask her if she wanted to marry me. And it was an amazing time, just putting everything together, and the whole process of doing that was just extremely fun. Very detailed about how that was going to go, from getting the photographers to the videographer to getting the mariachi, which was that alone was just something so cool, for her. I knew she was going to enjoy that, and we made that happen, and it was in Orlando, and it was right outside of this it was outside of this huge park right in front of
downtown
the lake.
Orlando.
Yeah, and it was amazing. I was super nervous.
So nervous.
During the whole time of putting it together, I wasn't nervous at all, but the day of, it just hit me so hard. And I remember walking out of the car when we got there. I was just shaking so much, and we just started to walk towards the area where everybody was just waiting there, her family, her friends, some of my friends. The mariachi was there already, the videographer, photographer. And we arrived to the area, and then she realized, maybe before we crossed the street, she realized this is something like I've never experienced before. I think she started realizing that this is more than just
I'm like, wait a minute, he's either proposing or this is for my birthday, because it was the day after my birthday. So I'm like, it has to be either or. But I was so confused, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
And then we just started dancing, and that's
and Renee was there.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
And that's when I decided to get on my knees and ask her the question.
Yeah,
and
that was
it was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
memories.
So talk about some responsibilities or changes that you might not have been ready for when you got into the relationship, and how you coped with those changes.
So I think for me, one of those things that I didn't really see coming, and that was a bit tough for me, was probably dealing with probably like a bit of like insecurity and jealousy, not gonna lie. Like, I think that was one of those things where I wasn't expecting it, because prior to our relationship, it's not something that I really struggled with, but then again, I feel like when Marvin and I got together, I realized that it was like a real serious relationship. And I also knew that it was God's, and I knew that it was like something very serious. I knew that, well, to begin with, first going into the relationship, I didn't know exactly how long we were gonna last. I had never been in a relationship that was over like a year and a half, or more than that, I mean. So it was very, it was definitely very interesting how it all happened. But I definitely think that's one of those things that I dealt with, and I had to really take to God, and I really had to, pray about it, and I had to, just kind of like, I realized how it affected me, but it also affected him. And so how did we cope with it? Really, we coped with it just by speaking to each other, and by making sure that we both know what was going on, communicating to each other. We both, had to just kind of like be gentle with each other's emotions, and know that, I'm not going to stop him from having the friends that he wants, but of course there has to be, lines that we can't cross, and there has to be boundaries, just like there has to be boundaries with me. And I just had to also realize that, he respects me, he loves me for who I am. And Marvin's a loyal guy, so like I feel like you have to really know that your person is what they're supposed to be, right? And so I would say that's how we coped with it. It wasn't easy, but it was definitely something that we had to take to God, into prayer, and it came a long way.
Yeah. So for me, I want to say compromising a lot. Just finding that place where we both can meet, and whether it's going to a restaurant that I may not want to go to, or vice versa. Had to really have a lot of patience in that, prior to us being together. You're on your own, you're doing your own thing, you're going out to eat where you want, you're hanging out with who you want, doing all that stuff. But entering in this relationship with that new mindset of it's not all about me. Does it always have to be about me? What can I do that's gonna better our relationship, where I can meet her halfway in something, and that I wasn't really all the way prepared with. And in this relationship, it really taught me to do that more, to be more selfless, and that it doesn't always have to be about Marvin, but how can I please Gloria, So yeah, it's fine.
Those are good answers.
Well, thanks.
What are some things that you do to keep your relationship growing?
Do you want to answer?
I
Or do you
love
want me
to
to answer?
I'll answer it. I want to say the first thing that has really helped keep this relationship to grow is us going to God about everything, whether good times, whether challenging times. Our relationship, our foundation is God. No matter how long we've been together for, we believe that we always should be growing. So talking about things helps us a lot to grow in our relationship, whether it's talking about our issues that we're dealing with, that we may not have somebody that wants to hear us about those types of things. So I think that us really being vulnerable and transparent about each other's issues, whether it's things that we think about, things that are in the heart, and just speaking about those things helps us to understand each other better. And ultimately that actually helps us to grow, not only as individuals, but as a couple as well. Because now we're coming to each other with so much transparency, where we know we're not hiding anything, and that helps us to become, more mature in every area of our lives.
I also think that having a youthful spirit has been one of the top things that has really helped us. I think since day one, since I've known Marvin, he's been young at heart. And since day one that he's met me, I've been the same. And so I think that's been one of those things that really has helped us. I mean, every single, till this very day, I think it's been one of those things that has really helped us. And so I think having that youthful spirit, and just knowing that there has to be the balance, like just because you have a youthful spirit doesn't mean that you're not going to be mature about situations. Like we've had to, obviously, we mature as we grow, we've gotten older and things like that. But what I mean is sometimes just have fun in life, just enjoy the moments. Like, I know some of you guys probably, you know, who follow us see that, you know, we'll randomly start dancing in the subways, you know, we'll be silly. Marvin is just like a clown sometimes, you know, but he also knows when to be serious. And I would say I'm the same way, and that's one of the things that really brings us together and that we have in common, is that we both are very like funny, humorous adventurers, but at the same time, we know when we have to be serious, we know when we have to step up, and we know when we have to speak up, right? So I think having that balance and knowing that, you know what, life is too short, let's just have fun, let's love each other, let's be faithful to each other, let's be loyal, but like, let's just enjoy the ride. So I think that's been one of the things that has really kept our relationship fresh.
Yeah.
Those are good answers too. So Marvin kind of answered my last question. My last question was, what special role has your faith in God played in your relationship? So do you have anything else to add to that?
Wow.
Like a whole another video.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on hours and hours with this question. There's so much to speak on in regards to this question that brings so many, you know, thoughts. I want to say that Glory and I's relationship, just like everybody who's watching here, whether you're in a relationship or not, you're all gonna go through something in life, you know, together. Whether, you know, it's something, you know, just hard to bear emotionally, or maybe it's something more on a bigger scale that you just don't know the answers to perhaps right away. But us praying and really seeking God, it's literally what's holding us together. And I wanna get that intense with it, because speaking about this topic from a Christian perspective, we understand that without God we can do nothing. I mean, literally, we've had to go through moments in life where if we don't pray, things are gonna go haywire. Like, we've had to stop at certain moments in our lives where we're like, we literally have to pray right now, you know. So I think the special role that that God has played in our lives is this, just holding us together. And also in those specific moments when we're dealing with stuff, whether it's personal things that she's dealing with, perhaps at work, or, you know, with friendships or family. Same thing with me. We come together and we just pray on these things, and that's made the whole difference in our relationship, our prayer lives.
Yeah, for sure. And the enemy hates godly relationships. That's one thing that, you know, we have definitely, just like I'm sure other, you know, Christian couples have felt, that, you know, the enemy really loves to attack those godly relationships. So I think, like, knowing and being discerning to when the enemy is the one, like, coming after you and your partner and attacking you guys, and you just feel it. I mean, it's like a whole spiritual thing. And so those are the moments where you realize that God is really the center. He's really the one holding you guys together. If it wasn't for him, we're so, you know, we would be just like nothing, you know. We're just weak people that just are in desperate need of Jesus. And yeah, that's why he died on the cross. He died for our sins, for us, you know, to give us a new life and to make us new and to give us salvation. And so I think definitely God really has been the rock, like the one holding us together, for sure.
Yeah.
So do you guys have anything else you want to add? Any other advice before we wrap it up?
Yeah, so to the couples that are out there that are watching this video, you know, there's so many questions that, you know, can be coming up to your mind right now about perhaps is how to endure in a relationship, or how to sustain your marriage for those that are married. You know, one thing that I want to say is have faith even when you don't understand what's happening. So I'll leave it off at that. Have faith even though you don't understand what's happening in that moment of your life with your spouse or your girlfriend, whatever it is. And pray for that person. Pray for your girlfriend, pray for your boyfriend, pray for your husband, pray for your fiance.
Yeah, pray for them. That's the best thing you can do. Sometimes you can't change a person. The best thing you can do is really just pray for them and give it to God.
Sorry.
All right, well, thank you guys for
Thank you, Renee.
making an appearance on my channel.
Of course, we love you.
Thank you.
already, but I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that I loved asking them those questions and hearing their feedback. They're just so real and honest, and I love that. And a little quick little mini lesson that I want to tell you, a little side note, is that I just want my channel to be as relatable and as raw and, you know, just unedited as possible. You know, like, we had a couple mishaps during that video, which it's not a big deal. I just want you guys to know that if you want to pursue anything like making a YouTube channel or just whatever, don't worry so much about it being perfect. Just worry about delivering honest and real work. And I feel like people can just relate to you more and they'll appreciate it more. At least that's how I feel. So yeah, I know I'm super unprofessional. Like, I'm holding my phone right now. I don't have the best lighting. My ring light is not working. And, you know, I feel like I really love this video. No matter what happened, no matter how many times I say or stumble or stutter or anything, I just want you guys to know that it's real and it's from my heart, and I really enjoy doing this for you. So if you have something in your mind that you want to do, don't worry or wait until the time is perfect or you're perfect or anything like that. Just do it and give the world the most real and authentic version of yourself. Okay, well, anyway, I'm done giving lessons. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff if you want to do it. And if not, I at least just appreciate you watching this video. Thank you.